But first tonight at 6, a long-awaited ruling the Supreme Court handed down today, a partial victory to former President Donald Trump.
The justices deciding that presidents are entitled to immunity from prosecution for official conduct while in office, but they can be prosecuted for actions taken in a private capacity. The ruling makes it highly unlikely that the former president will go to trial in his federal election interference case before November.
So experts say the Trump campaign will use today's decision to their benefit. 11 Alive's Karis Belger explains why the former president's campaign sees this as a win and how the former president can use it to sway voters. Karis?
Well, I spoke with Republican strategist Brian Robinson, also Emory political science professor Andra Gillespie. Both of them mentioned that with this ruling, the Trump campaign has the opportunity, message-wise, to reinforce what they've been saying for some time, which is that the legal cases against the former president are politically motivated. So a little more detail. As you mentioned, the court ruled the president does have some immunity. The decision saying in part, quote, the government thus broadly agrees the president's official acts are entitled to some degree of constitutional protection. Now, since the case has now been sent back to a lower court, Brian Robinson says Trump simply must run out the clock with the hope that he will be elected. While Dr. Gillespie explained for Democrats, it's a chance to take the focus off of President Biden and put it back on former President Trump so they can try and persuade those voters who are undecided.
So today is a big victory for the Trump campaign and for Trump himself. It backs up what he said and also delays further the progress of this case. And really, at this juncture, all he has to do is run out the clock.
Are they going to be moved by a message that now focuses on the strength of democratic institutions and whether or not you really want to have an imperial presidency where there are limits to how presidents can be held accountable for their actions?
Now, of course, this decision is a new one, brand new, and right now Robinson and Gillespie say right now it's top of mind for voters, but Robinson says that may not be the case by the time we get to the election in November. Back to you.
All right, Karis, thank you so much. The Supreme Court's decision is based on the federal January 6th case against the former president, not a state case like the election interference case here in Fulton County. But experts say it could set a precedent. Fulton County leaders will have to consider the same questions a D.C. judge now has to decide, including what qualifies as official or unofficial acts.
We'd have to go action by action. For example, one that is likely to be deemed official would be anything to do with recounts. Unofficial would be the forging of signatures by the electors. The RICO itself would be an unofficial act, engaging in racketeering, not part of the presidency. So there's a few we can clearly call, but we'll have to see.
Right now, most of the Georgia election interference case against Mr. Trump is on hold as the State Court of Appeals reviews whether District Attorney Fani Willis should stay on the case.